What's going on, you all? All right, what's going on, you all? It's your boy Just a Norm. Hope you all are enjoying your Monday afternoon. Monday afternoon, or it might be your Monday night, or it might be your or Tuesday morning, wherever you may be. This is my first ever Adobe Illustrator tutorial. Now, lately, I've been doing a lot of recording. I've done a lot of speed art, but I've been too scared to try to do an Illustrator tutorial. And the reason why is because sometimes it takes me forever to get one thing done. And if you're like that and you have some trouble with Adobe Illustrator, then you might want to check this out. Today, I'm going to focus on shading. Now, I am not no expert shader. I am still a beginner. I'm starting to learn new techniques and new things, and I owe much of my success to the legendary, and you may know him. And if you don't know him, you need to check him out and subscribe to his channel, Chi World 1234. Uh, when I got Adobe Illustrator, actually, it wasn't even about Adobe Illustrator at first. It was about the character animator, which I was really heavy into animation, and I wanted to start doing animation. And I remember I was like, oh, I'm going to get this software and I'm going to do it. But you know what? I ended up getting Adobe Suite, and it came with Illustrator. And next thing I know, I found myself drawing again. So here I am. I've been drawing, but I finally decided I've got to do some Illustrator tutorials. So today is going to focus on shading. We're going to talk about, and this might be in multiple parts, so it might be multiple parts to this video, but this is part one, which is going to focus on one technique that you can use to find out how to shade your colors or shade your picture or whatever you're doing. All right, so right now you are looking at my screen, and yes, if you know who this is, you know this is a legendary Miles Davis, famous jazz trumpeter, who has like given a lot back to the jazz community and who's helped some of us in other genres even get where we are. So this cat is one of the goats of history. So it's gonna be a pleasure to try to work with him. Now I'm not gonna draw him all the way out. This is not a sketch. I'm not gonna sketch. I'm not doing no line work. We're just focusing on shading for this video. I'm gonna try to make it real short. Hopefully, hopefully it works like that. So, all right, this is the first thing. If you're not familiar with Adobe Illustrator, what you want to do first is you want to go and you want to create a new project. And I'm just showing you this so you know. Now, I just updated my system. So I normally have some things saved here, some little templates saved, but I don't have them saved now. For the case of this video, I went to inches and I made it 18 by 18. Now you can do whatever size you want, but this tends to work best if you're doing something on Instagram. And in this case, normally you can do what we call portrait mode, but I'm going to do landscape for today, and I already have it set up. Please make sure that you choose CMYK. There is the RGB, red, green, blue color as well, but the CMYK is going to give you more clarity in the colors, and this is what you want to use if you are planning on printing this anywhere. Now, if you just want to use it for, you know, your website or something like that, that's fine. RGB works great. But if you're planning on recording it, I mean, not recording, but if you're planning on printing it on a t-shirt, printing it on a canvas or something like that, then you need to go ahead and choose this option. Raster effects is at 300. You can adjust this a little bit because sometimes depending on your video card is, the higher you have the raster, the more memory it may consume. You can lower this like while you're working on the project, but make sure that you put it back up at high 300 ppi, which is pixels per inch. Make sure you set it to that. That way you'll get the greatest resolution when you output this or when you save it. There's more settings on here, and I'm not really worried about all of that right now. I already have my project created, so I don't have to create a new one. I just wanted to show you how to do that. Next thing you do is go to File, and you normally would click on Place. Place will allow you to import the picture. And then you import the picture, and what I like to do is I do embed. So right now I can't do anything right now because this is locked, but if I go back to it now, you see the place option. So if I wanted to find this picture, I can click on the picture. It's got a link to it, which is good, and I can put that picture in there. Please make sure that you choose, if you're just beginning, make sure you choose a quality picture, something that's high in pixel resolution. And the reason why I say that is because if you like this video, or this picture is, it almost covers up, my screen, covers up my canvas right here. But if I wanted to make this bigger, I want to make sure I still can see it clearly. So if you don't know how to make it bigger, like I stretched it out here, press Alt and Control. Control is going to keep it locked in one place, and Alt is going to allow you to stretch it out without distorting the picture or without stretching it. Because if you didn't use that, then you would stretch it. And sometimes you've seen this when people make their little profiles or they make their flyers, the pictures are all stretched out like that. Okay, if that's what you're going for, that's fine, but please don't do that. just don't do that, so all right, I have mine set up already, and I have my picture here. Now this is the first step, so it's gonna be probably a few parts to this video set, but this is just dealing with shading. I'll get around to dealing with some other things in Adobe Illustrator. As I find more information out, I'm going to share it with you all, because I believe that once I learn something, I need to share it. So that's the whole point of me doing this. It's not so I can boast about how good I am, because I'm not that good. There's many that are greater than me, but everyone can add a little bit to the puzzle. So I can add my piece to the puzzle. You can add your piece to the puzzle. Chi World definitely adds many pieces to the puzzle, and when we put this thing together, we all can grow together and flow together. One love, unity. You know what I mean? All right, so check this out. I've got this. I've had my layer. I'm gonna lock this layer. But before I lock this layer, let me show you the first technique. And the first technique is for more advanced users. All right, more advanced users. So I'm gonna move this picture around just like here. And if you didn't know how to center this, you'll see the little pink X come up. So if I'm looking at shading, I'm not worried about the line work. I can already tell this picture is in pretty much black and white, but there's many different shades going on here. There's so many shades. But if I was trying to simplify this, I can say, oh yeah, here's my darker shade right here. It gets a little lighter right here. It's slightly a little darker there. It's dark here. It's really dark here. Dark around the lips, dark around the nose, dark around the eyes. Okay, so and I can start with that. Let's say that's one color. All right, and then I've got, okay, so I got another color here. That color might match here, over here. So that's another color. Then I've got a lighter color. So it's like you can be so determined to make sure that you get all of these colors in. It just depends on how detailed you want your picture to look. If you want it to look more realistic, of course, you're going to use more shades. You can use your highlights, and you want everything to blend together. If you are not used to doing shading, then you can like check out more tutorials. Chi World has a lot of tutorials. This one, hopefully it helps. So what we're gonna do is, and I clicked on my, I didn't mean to click on that tool. So we're gonna be using the pencil tool today. The first thing I'm gonna do with the pencil tool is I like to set it when I'm doing this type of work. If I was doing like, sketching or something like that, then I'd set it to smooth. But in this case, I'm gonna keep it right in the middle. And I have it set to fill new pencil strokes. So every time I draw a new stroke, it's going to fill it in. So make sure your settings look similar to this. You can play around it a little bit. All right, so that's fine. Now, how do we choose the colors? Well, here's the simplest way. Here's the simplest way. Now, this might not be the best way. For this particular picture, it'll work for today. So first, I'm going to lock this picture, or lock this layer, and I'm going to create a new layer. All right. On this new layer, I'm going to set up my color palette. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to find some colors that I think will work. So I'm going to sample the color right here, which I know is basically black. I'm going to click my rectangle tool, and I'm going to draw it just a little box or a little rectangle, whichever, right there. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow me to click on these colors whenever I get ready to sketch it. Now, after I've got this selected, I can copy this, press V on the keyboard, which will allow you to select, and press Alt on your keyboard and hold it down. And you can drag that down, and now you got another layer, okay? Or another color rather. Another rectangle. Let me get my terminology right. All right, so next I'm gonna do my eyedropper. Eyedropper is what you use to select the colors, or to basically sample the color. Press I on the keyboard, and let's say, oh, okay, so I know this is real dark. Let me go here. Let's see. And let's see, you can see it slightly getting lighter. So I'm going to say I'm going to use that color, which is slightly a little lighter. Press V again. I'm going to select this, hold down Alt, and I'm going to drag it down. Whew, let me get my words right. Let me drag it down. All right, you all, I'm going to try my best not to do as much editing on this as possible because I want this to just be straight. So it might be some mistakes. I might do all that kind of type of stuff. So hopefully you all can hear it okay. And hopefully you understand what I'm saying, so I'm not making a fool of myself. All right. Anyway, so here we go. I got this right here. There's another color. Now I'm gonna sample another color. So let's see. I'm gonna go to I, and let's see. Okay, it got a little dark. It got a little lighter there. Let's see right there. Yeah. So I'm gonna choose this color. Now I can choose this one, which is slightly a little lighter, but I'm just gonna choose this one for now, like right there. All right. And this is how I'm doing it. This is what I do. Take that V, select it, hold it down, Alt, drag it to another layer, or drag it to another color. I don't know why I keep saying layer. It's almost like a layer. But and so now I can change this color. Let's do, so I had that one, which is lighter. Let's go to like right here. Yeah, let's just get real light. Okay, so press V, Alt, hold it down, drag another down, and then I'm gonna go to even lighter, like right there. Cool. Now this, you might have to play with this. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Excuse me. You might have to play with this because these colors might not be exact, but this is just for the sake of this tutorial. You notice this color is the same as this background, basically. All right, so we got that. Got this. This is lighter. Actually, this one looks lighter. So let's do this. I'm gonna swap these out. Okay. Put this one there. All right. Okay, I don't know how I got this. So now we got darker, lighter. All right, and then got another color right here. Press my eye tool. Should have got some water before I did this thing. All right, and then let's do like right there. Okay. And then last but least, we've got now if I had to add my highlights, I would do another color here, drag it down, and then my highlights be like right there, and then I would keep that. All right, so now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors. Now I'm not going to use all these colors today, but I'm just going to show you the process of how I set it up. So now if I know this is black and white, I'm good with that. I'm gonna lock this layer so I have those colors I can sample whenever I need them, and then I'm gonna add another layer. Normally you would drop the opacity if you were doing sketch work, but for this, when I'm doing shading, I like to keep it at 100%. That way I can really see the colors. Sometimes opacity will play with your mind when you're looking at colors. And hopefully everything is recording good. You can still see everything. All right, because I'm using OBS to record this, and I'm hoping that everything is recording right. So hopefully it is. All right, so here we go. I've got, now I'm using the Vike A50. It's a cheap tablet. Here's a little pen that comes with it. Comes with multiple tips. Has these two buttons here that allow you to select it. I disable these because sometimes I'll click on it and it'll mess me up. So I have to be careful with this sometimes. Haven't got used to using the buttons yet. But the A50 is this nice tablet. It does not have a display screen on it. So when you see me drawing, I'm going to be drawing right on my table, which is where the tablet is. But I'm looking at my screen here. I do have another screen over here as well. But OBS is over here just so I can monitor what's going on. So hopefully everything is going good. So I've got my end tool. But before I do that, I'm going to go eye. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to select my color, my dark color. And then I'm going to zoom in again. And then I'm just going to start drawing everywhere I see this shadow. Now, this method of drawing is just called free for all. Like, I'm just trying to draw what I see. And the thing about this is it's left up to your imagination, and it might not be perfect. It might not be perfect. Okay. All right, I can come back here. I'll do that again. It's okay to make a mistake. Now I know this is eyes right here, so I might as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and color that in anyway. So even though the eye is not really there, but I mean the eye is there, but we can't really see it. Okay, so that's one eye. I'm not trying to make this perfect for now. I would spend a lot more time on this, making sure that it looks real good, especially if I was doing this for a client. But for now, this is just so we have the idea of what's going on. Okay, that's that. Here. Okay. All right. So now hopefully I did that right. And now you can tell that the face is pretty much almost there. And that's just with the dark colors. Now I didn't make this exact, and you might be looking like, oh man, you kind of went over the lines, you colored in some of the shirt black, and that's fine for now. This is just for tutorial's sake. If I was really trying to do this, I would go back and I would make this more perfected. So that's the first layer. And now I can lock that layer, and I can choose another layer. So I'm going to drop every other layer I add. Every time I add a new color, I'm going to put a new layer, and I'm going to put it right under the dark, okay, for the sake of this tutorial. Sometimes you might change things around depending on, like, sometimes the highlights have to go all the way at the top. Just depends on the way you have it set up. But I like this because every time you add a new color, like if I happen to go into my dark area, it won't overwrite the dark area. It'll just blend, and it'll just fall right behind it, which is really good. So remember that wherever your layers are, if the layer is further up the top, then it's going to be on top of everything. If it's further at the bottom, then it's going to be on the bottom of everything. All right, so I can pick a new color, and let's see. Let's say I want to use that next color, and I'm going to say it's going to go right here, right there, and right here, right here. I'll probably get around the eyes right there. Okay, so I'm just using my gut right now. I'm not, nothing. The thing about art is nothing is exact. It's left up to your opinion and how you see it. We all see art differently. So when I look outside and I look at the birds and I look at the trees, I see something totally different than somebody else might see. That's a good thing about art, is that we can express our own individual taste. So here we go. This is a new layer. I'm gonna start up here. I don't think I did those eyes right here. I don't know. I might have. I can't remember. And if I did, I'll draw over it, I guess. This way I am still getting used to, because this is sometimes hard. It's easier when it's in black and white. You can really see it, but when it's in color, seeing those blends sometimes can be hard. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of looking at what I see. And I know this is eyebrows right here. That's the eyebrows. So they look like that. Oh. Sometimes this happens. It's okay to make mistakes. Like, I keep noticing that every time that I keep drawing something, it keeps cutting it off. Let me go back here. Let me turn that off for a second, because sometimes that messes up too as well. Nope. Okay, so now it's not. See, now it's not doing it at all. It's not filling in the color. So let me go back up here and turn it on. Close pass within edit, select the pass. I don't think I need that. Playing with some new options here. Okay. I drew this. Make sure it's on the color that I need. There we go. Now it's getting there. And I'm just kind of filling this in. Let's see. I see the spot right here. And this might not be even what it really looks like. But this is what I'm drawing. Okay. So this way is harder to do for me because I'm used to doing it a different way. But I'm doing this just to show it. When you get real good at seeing the shadows, then this works out fine. But if you're not used to seeing the shadows, then it might cause some problems. Okay. So I can look now. And sometimes it's good to go back and forth because I can see I got some white spots here. This is why you put that second layer under the other layer, because then you can just fill it in and it'll be fine. Okay, so it's starting to look like a face. So I would continue on with this. I'm going to add one more color. I'm going to skip to a lighter color right now, just so you can see the difference that it makes. And this is what you do. You know, this part may be very tedious to some, but you just gotta, you know, as they say, practice makes perfect. So the more you spend time with it, the better you'll get. All right, so let's see. Let's click. I think this is probably gonna be our natural tone, or maybe this one will be our natural tone. So let me look at the picture again. Let's choose like this color right here. So I'm gonna do this. And let's say that's right here. I'm just playing free, you all. Just playing free. What I mean by that is that I'm making this up as I go. Making this up as I go. So I'm gonna say this is like right here. Right here. Yep. Hmm.
Need to take out the trash. What is this? What is this? What are you doing with this? Why is this in a bag? This is meat cheese.
I don't know. I'm gonna stop there. Now I know you're probably looking like, oh my God, what is this? Why does it look like this? And you might be hearing some banging in pots and pans because my wife is in there doing something. But this is how I would start. Now, there's another way, and this is what we'll cover the next time. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you share, comment, post. On the next video, there's another part that I want to show you. Another way of finding out how to shade. So there's probably about 3 methods. This method is by far the hardest, even for me, because it's left up to your imagination of what you see and where you see it. But for the most part, I'm just kind of going by what I see. And your eyes have to get better at looking for the shades. So the second method, and I'll just give you a sneak peek of it. The second method is I'm gonna lock this layer. I'm gonna go back to my original layer, which is the picture. Go back to the original layer. Sorry, that was my daughter that was trying to go ask me something. Go back to my original layer, and I'm going to look at this. And first of all, I'm going to take all these colors off, take the view off of them. And this is my favorite thing to do. And you may call it cheating, but hey, if it works, it works. Trace and result. So when you click on a picture, you can do what's called a trace. And the trace, you can adjust it for different presets. And this particular preset is for 6 colors. So the 6 colors works like this. It's going to only use 6 colors. Now it may look like 7, but it's going to keep the white. It's going to be the same. So whatever's white is there. And then everything else be shades of black or gray. So I had this set on there originally, but I clicked it back on source image. So you can go back to trace and result, click on that, and then it will change it. So here we go. Now this is the most, well, this isn't the basic. You can go down to 3 colors if you want to get like real easy and simple, which might be good first if you're just starting off. But if you want more detail, I would advise at least do 6 colors. And really, if you want more detail, do 16 colors. But here I can tell, here's my highlight. That's 1 color. Second color. Okay. Third color. Fourth color. Fifth color. Sixth color. All right. So I see 6 colors. And it might be even 7. But I can just tell that all this was dark. So all this is dark. So I can go ahead and, like I'd already drew my picture, I had my dark layer on there. So even though I didn't fill that all the way in because I see different shades. Now, this is one way to do it. So if you want to work with this, then you can just choose 6 colors and just stay with those 6 colors and just fill it in wherever it goes. So now this can get complicated after a while because, and like I said, I'll make another video. The next video will be about how to actually do this. But you got to keep track of which colors you're on. So it's like I wish it was easier. Like you can label the color, like put a little number on there and say, hey, this is 1. So wherever you see the 1s, you can do that. There's another option on here that you can use, which is tracing with outlines. This is what this looks like. So look at that. Wow. So that helps a lot, a big bunch, because now you can see where the lines are going. Now, you might not want this to look this detailed because what you kind of want to do is get in the habit of trying to draw where it looks clean, but you don't have to do all of these little tiny curves and stuff like that. But if you do, it does make it look a little bit more realistic, and the reason why is because that captures the shape of the face, it captures the wrinkles, etc., etc. Now, even after I do all of this, I still have to go back and look at the original picture and put in extra detail. Like maybe I need to make the nose a little darker here. Maybe I need to make the nose more pronounced here. Maybe the eyes, so I still have to go back and tweak things. I'm not just doing, but if you want to just do it simple, get it out the way, this is a good way to go. So that will be for the next video. You all, hope you all have enjoyed this tutorial. Hopefully it helps you. Please leave comments. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. I am pushing for, I'm at 72 and I'm grateful for every subscriber that I have, but I'm pushing for 100 by the end of April, and I'm pushing for 1,000 by the end of the year. So help me get there. If you find something on my channel that you think is valuable and that you can associate with and you think helps you, I've got a lot of content on there. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm trying to narrow it down, but I've got my music content. I got my original music. I've got my cover songs. I've got my tutorials for like DAWs, like Cakewalk Band Labs. I've got a lot of stuff. So I hope you like it. I hope you like something. And if you like something, make sure you subscribe. All right, this is Just a Norm, my first AI tutorial. Please let me know how I did. Put some comments below. Peace.